Oof. 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 Oh. One more, one more. Ugh. Holy shit. What's up guys, and welcome back to Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I'm actually going to do something a little different today. I noticed there were some issues with my first video, namely the choppy video quality, and it was just pretty terrible. So I went back through and I adjusted the resolution on my recording software and the game and all that stuff, and I'm hoping that this will be a totally different experience and you guys will actually get to really get the feel of the game, the speed, the power,
the sexual thrill,
and just really get taken back to a quality experience. So I'm actually going to go back through the amateur pod racing circuit and we'll see how it goes. So I'll select my same profile. I noticed that as I decrease the resolution, it feels a lot more zoomed in with everything. So, it's different. As you can see, we can see all the people that I've unlocked. Too bad I won't be using any of them. Anakin for life. I like that guy for some reason. Hate that guy. I just want to punch him in his little friggin' face. Face takes up his whole body. And that's everybody. So, go back to good old Anakin, and let's revisit everything. So, yeah. There's our vehicle again. Now in beautiful 720p. I think it's kind of strange that one engine's going and one's not. Oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. The cinematics should be fairly smooth now. And another thing, the higher your resolution, the more zoomed out it is, and it gets pretty ridiculous.
Welcome to Tatooine, pod race fans. Our glorious host, Jabba the Hutt, has moved into the arena.
The announcers really add a whole nother level of depth to this game.
The current record holder for this chap is Anakin Skywalker.
Gee, it's almost like I've been here before. Punching it. As you can see, I'm a lot more zoomed in, and the most immediate difference between this and the other video is that this is so much smoother. Now it really feels like I'm going 600 miles per hour. Even zoomed in, it's nice. I really like, look at how fluid the little, I don't know what you'd call them, vanes or something, directional vanes I think they're called in a toy. Look how fluid they are. They move very freely. Well, I probably won't exactly be setting any lap records today, but it's nice to go through and actually get a good feel for what the gameplay is actually like. And, you know, for a game from 1999, 720p, it's enough. I mean, with the low polygon count and everything, it's enough. I mean, it's still, I mean, look at this pod racer, look at the detail that's in these engines. You know, and the environment, it's still enough. I would almost say this is even more enjoyable. Let's break something. Oh, you know what I saw on eBay? See that little tarp up there, up there at the top? So, I saw on eBay there are people selling original 2x2 inch square pieces of the canvas from the actual Mos Espa set. And it's like 50 bucks for a 2 square inch piece of canvas. You know, to each their own, but I don't think a 2 square inch piece of canvas makes much of a conversation piece. Listen to that music. Doesn't that music just make this map sound a lot more treacherous than it actually is? I would say the scariest part of this map is that little hole right there. I mean, if you suck at this game and you've just never played it before, you're gonna hate that little hole. But then you get to a point where you're playing on maps like Uvo 4 and the whole damn map is like that little hole. Oh, hey.
It's a new lap record.
Ayo. Nice. And there we are. Of course, we didn't win anything because we've been here before. Alright, let's revisit this one. This one I think looked the worst out of all the videos. It's still a little choppy, but it's 10 times better than it was.
The Mongaza Spice Mines, second only to Kessel in spice production. The air is thick with tension out there today.
Yes, not to mention all that dust. I see that our host, the guild boss himself, the infamous Dropsuga, is about to signal the start of the race.
These little cutscenes just add so much more. I mean, I know you're not supposed to add them to the video to get it monetized, but even if this video is not monetized, I'm just going to call this episode 1.5. It's just a revisit of what I saw before, but you don't get the full experience of the game and its environment without getting it in its entirety. I mean, racing is fun, don't get me wrong, but the whole game is an experience. It's almost like a Star Wars saga in itself, you know? And honestly, I really think that with Windows 8 and newer, and I know a lot of people have 10, I still have 8, but I think that just the way the game is rendered or whatever, or how it interacts with newer copies of Windows and all that stuff and my video card, Mongaza comes out one of the best. I mean, look at that sky. It's like something straight out of Quake. You know? I mean, like Ando Prime and all that stuff, having that, just kind of like that sea blue-green type sky, it just really doesn't look right. So, I'm happy that at least some places look fantastic. And of course, after 1 minute, we're already done.
It's a new lap record.
When you really look at everything slowly like that, it starts to look dated, but when you're going 600 miles per hour, it's actually pretty passable. And of course we won. They all lost. Ando Preem going up against Anteater Man.
Welcome, pod racing fans, to Ando Preem, home of the benevolent Andovi
I like Mongaza the best, but this place is definitely a close second. Just the textures, even though it's just an amalgamation of white and black, of this cookies and cream style texture, as you can see, there's something about it's really appealing to me. To think that at the time that this game came out, it really was a lot of competition with games like Mario Kart, like the original Mario Kart. It's crazy to think that this is pretty much from the exact same time period. At least the same generation of gaming. And if you ask me, you can see some influence, not a lot of influence, like you don't have power-ups and stuff, but I guess just the idea in general probably came from something like that, you know? Again, I wanted to show the graphical quality of this game. Look at these reflections. I mean, like I said before, you know, it's not exactly reflecting HD quality textures to begin with, but the fact that relative to what it's reflecting, it's in HD, I think that's really cool. Look at this. I actually feel like I'm in Alaska or something, you know? I'm gonna go through the cave next time. But I certainly did not forget about this wonderful place. Hey! I bet going through the cave we won't have a new lap record. How much you want to bet? That was what, a minute and 24 seconds? Let's find out. I'll even go fast and everything. I swear I remember blowing up on that bridge as a kid. Like if I boosted too much or something. Same thing with that place. All these places I remember blowing up on as a kid, I just couldn't even imagine doing it now. Shit! Of course there's that. Boost responsibly, kids. Of course I'm gonna punch it out of here. Yeet! Somebody knocked down that flag, wasn't me? I'm not sure if I said it last video, but as a kid I was actually afraid of those spikes. Like they never fall or do anything, but they just bothered me as a kid. Oh yeah, Tunnel of Infamy. Some of these ice things, stalagmites, stalactites, whatever, some of them just break and some of them you'll actually explode if you hit them. So I'm just going to try to avoid all of them in general. Oh yeah, that added a bunch of time. Yeah, like 9 seconds, 10 seconds. The sky is really the shortfall of this map, but like right there, the last couple seconds, it's so foggy and everything, you don't even really see it. And I think that's the point. Let's see if I can blow up on this. No? I don't actually know if the Steam version has any changes from the CD version other than just being optimized. Something that's always intrigued me about pod racing in general, I mean, Anakin's 9 years old. I think he's 9. But, I mean, it doesn't matter if he's 8 or 10. I mean, pod racing going 650 miles per hour at such a young age, I mean, I know it's a movie, but still, holy shit. What's up here? I guess the world will never know. Looks like a ramp.
It's working!
Oh, you know what? I forgot to use the taunt. Oh yeah. How'd I get even longer tile because I blew up? Makes sense. And that's Ando Prime, whatever. Oh yeah. Favorite place with the little doors that open and close at will. This video's kind of choppy too. Oh, you know what? You see that little speeder thing later flying around in the arena? I love the way that looks.
It's a gorgeous evening here on the Ocean World Aqualaris.
The perfect setting for one of the most scenic pod races in the galaxy.
Ain't that the truth?
Your host.
I didn't realize there was water in the middle at the bottom. Of course, you can't exactly pan around and see it. Alrighty, let's wing it.
It's the little human boy, born on time. Anakin Skywalker. Well, let's hope he can just finish the race.
I think I'll do more than finish it, buddy. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Alright, punch it. See you later, bye. I think you really get a feel for speed in these more confined places, like the first... Oh, hey, there's that thing again. You know, I stopped boosting, I set the pitch up, I did everything right, and I still blew up. So you know what? I'm glad we're doing this Let's Play, because I'm going to have a public service announcement. That first ramp will kill you, no matter what you do. But you know I'm going to keep trying until I get it right. I mean, there's no point in having a ramp you can't launch off of at all, period. Like this one. Can you imagine if that big ramp right there killed you? That would be the cheapest thing ever. There's a fish. The movie got eaten by the big lizard thing. I haven't seen that movie in like 5 years. I still remember that. I feel so much more refined going through here after I had that horrible trial and error phase where I hit everything and everything. I imagine going 600 miles per hour in real life, these courses would be absolutely massive. Okay, tell you what, here's what we're going to do. Well, it threw me off of it in a glitch, but I hit it. I survived. Let's go this way. You would think with that little wall there that this would actually be inaccessible, because a lot of places that's how it is. That's kind of a neat little shortcut. Watch this door. See that shit? Something I've always kind of wondered. So with the pods, you know, what keeps them a certain distance off the ground? I mean, yeah, so you're being propelled forward really fast, and I get that the pod is suspended because you're going so fast in the air and all that stuff, but, you know, as far as what distance you're actually just sitting off the ground, I wonder what actually determines that. And again, I know it's Star Wars and they can say whatever they want to say, but it's an interesting concept to me. Oh, there's the thing. There it is. Ooh. I love how quiet it is when you go off a ramp and you're not accelerating. It's nice. Sound design is my favorite thing about Star Wars, and especially this game too. You know, I was pretty sure I'd made that. Thought wrong. Like, you see how quiet and peaceful that is? And of course we're going to use the taunt again.
You're stinking up the course with that wreck!
You're stinking up the course with that wreck. Well, at least now we know what he's saying. Let's use another one.
Looks like you need a pit stop, buddy!
You know, that's another thing. They had pit stops in episode 1 in the pod racing sequence, but there's never anything like that in here. I don't know, maybe they had... Well, there were 3 laps in the movie. I don't know, for 3 laps it seems like a pit stop's kind of a waste of time. Anyway, so that's Aquilaris. Alrighty. Malastare, the night map. Look at the craters on that moon. It's pretty crazy. To me, this planet with like the little scraggly green areas looks like something that the Borg would have in Star Trek. It's like a Terminator.
The current record holder for this chap is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, when they pan around kind of slowly like that, the game does look dated, but man, as soon as you hit 600 miles per hour, it looks nice. Oops. Helps if you don't run into stuff indiscriminately. See, check out these reflections. That is nice. I don't care what generation of gaming that is nice. It's like a mirror. All the little designs about this game I really appreciate. Like on the left side you have the little indicator thing with the damage of your pod and the engines and stuff. Oops. And then the little map, even the little map, I'm not actually sure how to change that. Is it this button? No. Not actually sure how to change that. Not that I would really want to anyway. But the map just makes sense. It tells you everything you need to know. Where the map is going, where you're at in it. And if people are close to you, it shows you where they're at too. It works. Same thing with the damage layout in the reader and the heat and all that stuff. You get all the information you need to know in a very simple HUD that matches pretty much everything from Star Wars. I mean, maybe not the thing at the top, but for the most part, the immersion is there. You know? Let's leap off this in first person for you guys. Oh, that was nice. Well, made me a little queasy, but it worked. How stoic Anakin is.
It's a new lap record.
It's a new lap record. So stoic. So focused. This game is a whole nother experience when you're in first person and you're sitting here, your viewpoint is rocking with the pod. Ugh. That's the thing, this game really has a little something for everybody, and even after 20 years, me coming back to it, I'm discovering new paths and new little intricate things and details about the game that I just really couldn't appreciate when I was, 10 years old. This really is a fantastic game to come back to, and I really appreciate the fact that it's been optimized on Steam for the next generation of computers. And that was totally my mistake. The S button does not slow you down. It only pitches you down. It pitches you up, actually. Listen to that music. I mean, some music is even more epic than that, but that's still pretty good. Never actually looked at anybody's names before. Ark, Bumpy, Roos. Nobody else has a nickname except for me. My name is Jeff. This place. I don't know how to make the video less choppy. I feel like that's actually part of the game itself. Because it's like that even if I'm not recording. Yeah, treacherous scum. It says a lot about this map.
Maximum security facility, but time is something you've all got plenty of, right? Well, let's not detain you any longer. Here he is, the host you all know and love, I'm sure, the all-seeing, all-knowing master with a master key, Warden Ben Boda.
Oh, that's great. Boo.
It's the little human boy, born on Tatooine.
This 9-year-old kid is going all across the galaxy in this amateur circuit. Can you imagine if he had not become a Jedi and he had just continued his pod racing career? You think he'd even be a slave at this point? He would have probably made so much damn money. Watto would just be like, yeah, you're free. I made bank off you, go ahead. by 10 slaves. Let's see if I learned anything from my last experience on this map. The biggest lesson I took away from this map is faster is not always better. I mean, it's kind of situational, like back there you have to avoid those fans, and it just kind of is what it is. But when it comes to a lot of things, like especially the zero gravity thing, I really don't think faster is better, because you can maneuver so much better if you're not going fast. Like I'm going to try to avoid this beam, and I did. I never really processed that as a kid, that hey, maybe you should slow the fuck down. Then maybe you'll do better. Come on. Ah. Oof. 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 Oh. One more, one more. Urgh. Holy shit. And that's what I'm saying. Faster is not always better. I mean, obviously here it is because there's nothing in my way, but when the map starts doing dumb shit, it may actually be better to be able to maneuver. Am I the most efficient maneuvering person? No. I can do a barrel roll like a motherfucker, and that's what matters. Fly into the danger zone. You know what? I want to do a lap in first person. Let's see how nausea-inducing this is. Situational awareness is reduced. YOLO. I guess that's not the case in this game at all, but hey. I feel like I'm not going as fast because my situational awareness is reduced and I'm trying to be a little more careful. Like, I don't know if I'm clearing those fans completely or not. And of course, when my vision's turning completely sideways, obviously I don't know what my clearance is like. Oh, this thing's gonna turn. Aha! Gotcha that time. I'm actually terrified. Alright, Beam, it's you and me. Feels so easy to avoid when you're only going 200 miles an hour. Is this working? Is this actually working? 20 years. I got you now. I cannot believe it. It only took 20 years, but I did it. Monumental achievement, and it's on video. Absolutely phenomenal. What a time to be alive. Remember the days where you did something cool in a video game and nobody believed you and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it? Look at me now, 720p. All my 720p glory. That wall always bothers me because you can't see it. And you know, another thing about Episode 1 Racer, and racing games in general, as you learn the map, obviously you're going to do better. And I've done the amateur pod racing circuit so many times, as a kid and now, that really at this point it's almost like kind of a joke, but as soon as I step outside of that, and I get into the more advanced races, you guys are going to see one hell of a show, because it is just going to be a gaggle fuck, as I try to figure out everything for maybe not the first time, but the second or third at the most. Come on. Shit! That didn't work. The only thing worse than a miss is a slow miss, so... Maybe I should just shut up. Your dude's behind me. Come on. Punch it. Ooh. Can't let them get close to me. Holy shit. That was cool. And that's the ball game. Alrighty. So, sorry guys, you're not going to be able to see any of the cutscenes of winning pods, but I promise you guys will see them next time as I go through. Because after this Mongaza race, in the next episode we got the Semi-Pro, Galactic Pod Racing Tournament, and the Invitational. I've actually never done the Invitational, even as a kid. So, that's going to be a totally new experience for everyone, I guess.
It's the little human boy. Born on
I didn't see a cutscene.
Anakin Skywalker.
I didn't skip one.
Let's hope he can just finish the race.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hope I can just finish the race, alright. And pass Radiator Man here. And Radiator Springs guy back there. Let's make this interesting, shall we? Not that there's going to be anything crazy. I mean, the last map was the one that you puke on. I swear that excavator looks like a bird. Just listen to that music. A thrilling conclusion to the amateur pod racing circuit, as noted by the most epic music ever. And that stupid friggin' thing. It's even harder to spot that little T thing going through that slot. I feel like I'm going to careen right into it before this race is over. Glad it's not in here. That would really suck. See? Those excavators look like birds to me. Welcome to JFK International Airport. This is 100% what it feels like. Is it a new lap record? No. I tried. I feel like the sky isn't as polished as the really little introduction map, but it's still nice. And check this out. I really like the, I don't know if it's got a lens flare. I guess that is a lens flare on those lights, but they look pretty legit. All the dynamic lighting in this game, if they even had dynamic lighting back then, it looks pretty legit. I mean, look at that. You actually feel like those are lampposts, you know, instead of just being little white balls. And I actually feel like I have this purple thing glowing in my face. Now that'll make you puke. Let's beat this triangle thing before it screws us over. Yeah, that's right, stay back there, fucker. Uh-oh. So, I'm actually going to wait until a solid Let's Play Episode 2 to upgrade the pod. I think I can wing it, just like this. Let's go to the left. I still swear the left side is longer, but it looks more interesting. I can't imagine how hot it would be going through there, flying over lava, especially on the bottom layer. You'd probably sweat your ass off. But then again, you're going 600 miles per hour, so you might actually freeze. And we're out of the nightclub. Is it a new lap record? No, of course not. Let's go this way. I think this way's a little longer too. But we get to see the bird thing more, and we get to launch off this. Go underneath these. It's gotta be scary flying under a whole bunch of beams like that. Oh, what's this? You know what? I'm not sure what's shorter. Not anymore. What I'd really like to do is get an N64 emulator and be able to play with 2 analog sticks like I'm actually in a pod. And that way I'd have a little bit more fluid motion, because every time I turn it's like eh. It's just these little blocky motions. You saw it, I saw it, we all saw it, but we're not going to talk about it. We are not talking about that today. Didn't get me last time, but here in solid 720p at least 30 FPS for all of you to see, it got me. But can you imagine if I had actually fluid turns and stuff going through here? That'd be pretty cool. Just give it another level of polish and finesse. And that's the ball game. This map still looks pretty good, even going slow. For 1999, anyway. And that's it. Oh hey, we still get this cutscene.
Circuit champion, Anakin Skywalker.
How does he sit comfortably with those 2 pouches on his butt? I'm not sure if those are the same 2 dudes or not. I don't remember the rat-looking guy. Or Ratatouille down there in 3rd place. Those platforms are definitely not OSHA regulated, but hey, that completes the amateur pod racing circuit. I'm glad I was able to show it to you guys at a solid 30 FPS in full HD, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So, like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose, and have a wonderful day.